So that's why I continue to work with Screencast-O-Matic, not only because of the fact that, we're providing it to a wide variety of educators around the world, but a great group of people.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Edit Your Best. I am Matthew Moore, and I am working with Flipped Learning Network, and specifically we're working with FlipTech2020. We wanted to invite a few of our friends over and have them tell us all about their product, because nobody is as passionate about the products and some of the technology that we love so much than the people that help create it. So in that case, I have Christine Umayam, and she is with Screencast-O-Matic. So good morning, Christine.
Good morning to you. Thank you for having me.
All right. Now, we have actually talked before a few years ago, and we've actually worked a little bit together because last year, about this time, we put together some really great Screencast-O-Matic training that utilized some of the Flipped Learning Network personnel. Because again, who knows how to use some of these products better than the people that use them all the time? And so we worked together on that, and I'm going to put some links to that kind of stuff down around this video so that people can access those as well. And those are on the Screencast-O-Matic website, correct?
Absolutely. You can access all of them. In fact, we had invited you as well as probably another, 10 other? Yeah, it was a great time. Thank you so much for taking part.
Well, it's not a problem because, again, this is what we enjoy doing, and it's great working with partners that are particularly passionate about it. Now, Screencast-O-Matic, give me your 30-second Screencast-O-Matic speech. What is it?
Screencast-O-Matic is a content creation tool used mostly by educators so that they can start providing video learning to their students.
All right, now, I want you to react to the following question, okay? You don't even know this is coming, so let's react to the following question.
Okay.
What if I said, well, Screencast-O-Matic is just screencasting?
That's completely false.
Even though it's in the name, it's completely false at this point.
At this point, I mean, it first evolved as a screen recorder, and that's what we're really known for, but as the years went on, I mean, we've been around since 2006. So as the years have come on and gone on, we've just released feature set after feature set just to make it, I guess for you guys, much more of a useful tool rather than just screencasting.
Well, and I think that's really what we probably ought to talk the most about is because screencast at this point, the world went into its home. And we had to figure out how to connect content to kids in a hurry. And most people have figured out what a screencast is. It literally is take a picture of what's on your screen, it records that, and you can post it. It's real easy. But
really easy.
It doesn't take much, though, before you figure out that that's not enough. What if I screw it up? Where do I put it? What if I don't want all the screen? And so that's actually where some of Screencast-O-Matic's tools come in. So what's your some of your big tools to help on screencasting?
Well, you want to take those screencasting skills and you want to elevate them, obviously. I mean, you want to add cuts, or if you want to add annotations to your videos, we have a complete video editor system, as well as a hosting management system. So for hosting management, so let's say you're an educator and you've got a bunch of class topics and you want to organize all of your content. Much like YouTube, we also have a way where you can organize with channels and folders. But what's really great about the hosting management system that we're providing is that it also provides you with the flexibility to be as private as possible. You don't have to put it all on YouTube and have everybody search for and look at it. We've got some privacy controls for educators and especially for students. That's extremely helpful.
Well, and I like you mentioned privacy here, because whereas screencasting and video learning and those types of things used to be the area in the high school or that post-secondary, it's moving younger and younger and younger, especially as we're doing the learn at home so often, and especially as we bring those parents in as a third part of that parent-teacher relationship. So privacy becomes really a key thing when we're sending videos to 7-year-olds.
Correct.
Or we're asking for 7-year-olds to send us information.
Exactly.
And you say, well, wait a minute, why are you doing that? Well, what's easiest thing to do to prove that you can tie your shoe? Have mom and dad take the video of it, or they throw the webcam, you do it on the Chromebook, and you do a screencast. And now it goes right to the PE teacher. They could say, you betcha, you got that rabbit in the hole in the loop or whatever it is that, thank God I don't teach kindergarten or shoe tying. But the idea is we're now sending video back and forth because that's the age which we live.
Yes.
So privacy is a great thing that Screencast-O-Matic has improved. I just got done talking to Kim over at Edpuzzle, and privacy for them is, again, a huge thing that you didn't really think about because everybody was either under the radar enough or small enough or whatever that it just didn't really rise to the occasion. But now it's all over.
It's definitely all over. And as these students, like you said, go, younger and younger, and especially now with remote learning being so prominent, not only here in the United States, but all over the world. I mean, it's important for teachers, educators, administrators to really think about privacy when they're publishing their videos and where they're hosting it, because you don't want someone hacking into your YouTube account, let's just say, and, getting full access to it. So.
Well, and you also mentioned around the world, not only is FlipTech, we have 33 presenters and a third of them are not United States based. And so this is truly a worldwide phenomenon here that we're talking about, is this remote learning, distance learning, all these things. And Screencast-O-Matic, it's a worldwide program, and it is everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, ever since the pandemic started, we've seen our numbers grow in places where we've never seen it grow as much before. When Italy took a hit, a lot of educators were on our website trying to just get at it. Now with the pandemic, we're seeing Asia. We're seeing a lot of Asian countries. So it's wherever this pandemic is hitting is where we're really surging, which is, it's unfortunate, but at least we have a tool that serves everyone around the world.
Well, and additionally, in fact, that happens to be one of the things you and I talked about years ago, is how we were going to see that expand, and we are. Boy, I mean, it's here. But additionally, we talk about web hosting. Now you start talking about the politics of privacy as well when you start talking about across borders, across continents. And so that becomes important. Something that for me has become very important is Screencast-O-Matic allows me to screencast and then either put in the cloud on your hosting platform or on my own computer. So the user has the choice. Yes. But having that hosting ability is important because after 20 years, I'm switching jobs this summer, and I'm going to a place where, like, it's a smaller place. It doesn't have quite the budget that the last place had, and that's okay because that's awesome because there's so much growth potential. There's so much to use here. But moving all of that stuff that I created and all that content and having that as owned is exceedingly important, because as you create content as a teacher, you need to have that content, not leave it wherever you went, because then you've wasted all that effort. So hosting can be a really important thing. Now, there's different things that Screencast-O-Matic does. The basic free version includes basic screencasting, editing, and I think it's limited to 15 minutes, or is that currently extended right now?
Actually 15 minutes, yes.
15 minutes, and that's free. Here's the thing, folks, as teachers, don't talk more than 15 minutes, okay? Like, I'm recording on Screencast-O-Matic right now, and it's gonna go over 15 minutes because that's a conversation in an interview. Your kids will not watch past 8 minutes. That's why YouTube just changed their middle video advertisement to the 8-minute mark. So don't. So the free version of Screencast-O-Matic rocks. Now, that doesn't have, I think it's like 20, or it doesn't have some of the hosting capabilities that the deluxe version or the deluxe plus version has. Now, for me, I think it's 3 years for $36 or something like that.
Or less
For
than $20 a year.
yeah. I mean, it's nuts to have the deluxe version. So if you do more than a couple screencasts, get the deluxe version. It's easy.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, seriously, go to McDonald's 3 times less and you're covered. In 3 years, it's no big deal.
And then I want to emphasize too, just for that, even if you do get it for a year, you're not limited just to your desktop. We just launched an Android mobile screen recorder, an iOS screen recorder. So a lot of teachers who teach from their tablet and like to do some whiteboarding apps, they're able to do that. That's on the free version. As well as we just launched a screenshots, which is really good for a lot of teachers. They like to annotate, and then what's really great is that you could take those images or the screenshots and you can add it to a video. So there's a lot of things that you can do all on the free version. We do provide hosting on free version as well, not to the extent that we have for Premiere users, but you can still do folders and organize and manage your content as a free or a deluxe or Premiere user. So,
well, and the nice thing about having the screenshot capability is it's all within the same environment. So
correct.
Screencast, screenshot, because let's be honest, you load up almost any video, none of that's going to be your thumbnail. Okay. You need to find the shot for the thumbnail. And so you might as well take that. That's just the way the YouTube works. It's the way the internet works at this point. And additionally, so for as a teacher, I'm screenshotting things all the time because everything I'm doing is I have to take all of my resources. And that's the crazy thing about education right now. I have to take literally all of it and move it somewhere else now. And it has to go wherever that kid is, whenever that kid is. And so having that editing ability, having the screencasting ability, having the screenshot ability, having the hosting ability, it's all part of the same environment. And so you're not flipping between different pieces and different programs. And with, as you mentioned, the mobile capability, it's huge. Those are some of the things that you can do with Deluxe. Now, Premiere takes it kind of a step further. It allows more hosting, but more like teaming and things, right?
Oh, absolutely. You could do so much. We're actually releasing new features in our hosting environment. And yeah, so there's going to be a lot of exciting things that are going to be released probably within the next month or so. And so everything is just going to be integrated together, and you're going to have more flexibility. And especially if you have your own website, and I know you probably do. Actually, I've seen it. You can custom brand your video players and just a lot of branding things that you can do to make it your own and not have to have, logos everywhere. So, or ads.
Well, and ads in particular are important because let's go back to those younger kids. I can't control the ads that YouTube puts on my videos. Now, ideally, whatever account I'm attached to, those ads should be generally appropriate because of my appropriateness of what I look at as a teacher and as a father and so on and so forth. But let's be honest, I don't know what YouTube puts in there. Okay. So if I can have it ad free, if I can have it branded in my own brand, that's important. You say, well, why would you want to brand? Well, because that's what kids expect. That's the environment in which the kids work. Okay. You currently have Twitch users that go over to Mixer, that go over to, that are getting canceled from there, that are going to the Facebook Live. Branding is a part of their communication. It's a part of their culture. And so as teachers, if we don't understand that, it's just yet one more thing to put on the long list of things we do not understand. Now, I have kissed cool goodbye. I am not cool, haven't been, maybe ever, if not a long time. But at least I need to understand how to communicate with those people who still at 17 think they're cool. They just haven't figured it out yet. But this is a great product. again, free, or for some more features, very affordable, or for districts or for teams, a really great product as well that really is a fully functioning environment. You also have quite a bit of training. We talked a little bit about it that you've done with Flip Learning Network. But you have training of all sorts. Like I saw the green screen library just came across my email yesterday or day before. You already have a number of trainers that work in-house to train people on this product.
Absolutely. In fact, I'm in charge of all the content that comes out too. So any of those emails, we always provide guides. I'm constantly doing videos on little simple tips, and it's amazing how simple yet so robust our product is, because even for me, I use it almost every day, but I'm always learning something new and how to do this or how to do that. And so when I see these things, I actually do a video just so that everybody else can see what I've discovered. So there's a lot of content coming your way, and and I'm always open to anyone else's suggestions on how to make sure that this is easy enough for educators to learn.
Well, and I think you've hit on yet another one of those key differences that we hadn't really tapped into because it wasn't something that was available prior to this current situation in education. The folks that wanted to screencast went and found the screencasting. If they wanted to learn how to do something, they went and found it. It's not a choice anymore. Now, all of a sudden, if it's not the boss, it's the parents of the students, it's everybody else that goes, no, you gotta, you have to. And so now the folks where we used to train, and I've been in this game long enough to know that we used to kind of train the people that were really good at learning things and fiddling with it. That's not who we're training at all right now. It's like the lady that was my Spanish teacher. That's who we're training now. And you go, okay, look, Helen, you can't do that. No, that doesn't make any sense. I know this, and it's a different level of training. So the more resources you have to help train teachers who, I'm not very good at technology, it's okay. Because there's help out there. And part of that is on Screencast-O-Matic's website. It's partially, if you sign up on the mailing list, they'll send it right to you. And for different pieces, what's the kind of, to close this out of here, what is the biggest thing in the last, say, 3 months, 4 months that you were surprised by, that, oh my, related to this product, this is the biggest surprise?
Oh my gosh, biggest surprise. The fact that in the last 4 months we've been dealing with the pandemic, I guess the surprise to me was the amount of people who really need their resources quick and they just need it. And they don't want training, they just need it to work. And so having to realize the needs of a lot of our educators, and having to, I released a lot of the videos that we created from
Yes.
Flip Learning Network earlier than I thought, only because we know that there were a lot of teachers out there that they just need it. So I guess that was the biggest surprise to me, was the influx. And we're still dealing with a lot of the influx. In terms of our product, no other huge surprises other than that we keep releasing, feature after feature, just so that we can meet the needs of a lot of the educators out there.
Well, and that seems to be a common thread to the products and the folks that I've been talking to is, well, I had this feature I didn't really want to release it yet, but we really didn't have a choice, because it's like, we can help now or we can try to hold out for a little later. Exactly. And almost to a person, we chose to help now, was what I heard. And those are the types of stories that I love to hear, because as teachers from this side of the screen, on the regular, we have the idea that, oh, these edu companies are just here to take our money. These edu companies, they're just here to fleece us, or we can't afford all this, or we can't afford that. Kids don't have access. There is some of that. Okay, there's some companies that do treat things like that. But for the most part, education's a fairly small community.
Yes.
And education technology is yet a smaller community within that community. And it's not made of massive multi-conglomerates. It's made of companies and people and employees that are just trying to do their best, yeah, for teachers, but for kids. And I think that's why I'm so glad you were able to sit and join me today, because I wanted to share some of that passion about Screencast-O-Matic that
Yeah.
I have for the product, and allow you, as somebody who represents Screencast-O-Matic, to share that passion with us.
Yeah, and I just, I just going off of what you were saying, I mean, this company was founded 2006, and it was founded because our founder wanted an easy way for educators like yourself, and it was based on education, to have easy access to video creation tools. And I remember being in television news and in corporate companies creating these videos. Our software was well over $1,000. We spent thousands of dollars. And when I joined Screencast-O-Matic, I was so impressed with the affordability, because I didn't realize that you can create all of these videos not only for free, but even less than $20 a year, or less than $48 a year.
Yeah.
And it was amazing to me. So that's why I continue to work with Screencast-O-Matic, not only because of the fact that, we're providing it to a wide variety of people and educators around the world, but it's a great group of people, and we're all here with passion to help educators. So it's great.
Well, and on that note, I don't think we could end any better. Now on Twitter, it's at Screencast-O.
Yeah.
There's no Matic on it because you get some limitations there. That is a really long name.
I know.
Yeah, it's, and I can't imagine the email addresses at your place,
Oh.
but it's probably not good. But I assume you have other platforms and other social media. So I assume, as the media lady, you probably know where to find those.
Yes, I do. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everything. So, yeah.
Absolutely. And I also noticed that anytime I see in the chats that I run or that I'm a part of, somebody shouts it out, usually just shout back pretty quick. If you want to get a hold of some of these folks as teachers, just shout them out on social media. Just shout them out on Facebook. There are people listening. And just like every other one of the interviews I've done today, the features and the products and the process, if you don't see something you want, shoot them an email. They won't make it tomorrow, but it'll definitely go in the hopper, because you have listening ears on the other side of that to say, what makes our product better? What makes our product more useful? So with that, keep in touch with these guys. It's Screencast-O-Matic. It is affordable or free. Take your pick. And the idea is it just helps you do your job, and it helps kids. And if you're going to do that, why not? Thank you so much, Christine, for joining me.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.